Hey guys, welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem. This is part 6. Before we get started, if you wouldn't mind, would you kindly hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already so that you never miss another trophy guide or walkthrough ever. Let's get started by looking at the television screen here. You can see Emily on a bed, so we're going to have to try to rescue her. Now, this puzzle, it's a little tricky the first time around, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. So let's leave this room. We're going to go to the right. If you look to the left where this red light is, that's one of the last places that we're going to go. You don't have to go in there just yet. To the left here, there's a red light above the door. We'll be going there later. Right now we want to go through this doorway that leads to a bunch of cells. On the left, you'll see another door with a red light. And in this corner, you can pick up some blood for your blood collector. I'm going to craft a hemolytic injector because I'm going to be using it very soon. This cell here that's directly in front of where we entered, don't shoot that guy. We need to get inside that cell in order to get some items in there, and if you kill him, it's very hard to get in. So we need him to knock that door down at some point. Come over here to this zombie in the white pants. I'm gonna hit him with the hemolytic injector because he always turns into a blister head. So I'm just mitigating damage further down the line right now. That guy's not gonna do anything just yet. It's scripted when he's supposed to knock down the door. As you come down the right hallway, you will automatically get a cutscene. You can see Emily in this brightly lit cell here. Well, the most brightly lit. If you come inside this last cell on the left, you have more blood that you can pick up. And there's some scrap on the bed. I think I'm just trying to figure out what it is I want to do. I went ahead and made a med injector because you can never have too many of those. Now, if you come over here, read the paper above these plugs. It's the unlocking the cells file. It's file 39. You need to pick that up and grab the plug out of here. We're officially starting the plug puzzle. When you attempt to come down the hall, the girl will come down through the ceiling. I'm just going to hang out right here and wait for her. She's going to walk toward us, but she's going to stop at Emily's cell and check that she's still in there. And then she'll turn around and go the other way. Now, while it's not really practical to do this, the game sort of forces you to, because I've tried several times. I'm just peeking right along the side of the wall. You can see her foot. You can see the girl's foot. I'm going to stay far behind her. I don't want to get too close so I don't aggro her. And we're going to go straight and open up the door directly across from where we are. It would be ideal to follow her and go to the left, but we can't because every time I try to do it, she turns around and spots me and kills me. So that's just not going to happen. So for now, let's just go straight. We'll put our plug right here. And once you do this, it's like you get a safe moment because the light comes on, the door opens. You know the girl isn't going to get you here. Now, straight ahead, you're going to find file number 40, the technician's note. And right next to that is Mr. Raccoon number 7. I don't have a knife. I can craft one with just some scrap. I'll be using it again anyway, so take out that Mr. Raccoon, and then you can see around this side there's actually a place that we can climb up and exit if that door is closed. And we can't open this vent from here. It says we need a tool to do it, but I don't use a tool. We'll get to that in a little bit. So there's also some scrap in this room, and that's pretty much it. So you know that you can exit this room without the plug being inserted into the console. So that is good information for later. Here you'll see the girl running. She was kind of smoking a little bit. I'm not exactly sure why. But you can go to the right, or you can go back over toward the save room and take care of these rooms here, because there are 2 consoles where you can insert a plug here. I'm going to go ahead and open this one. This opens these doors, turns on this light. That zombie right there, if you don't aggro him, he won't get up, at least your first time around. But you can see there's a zombie here, and I'm going to come along this side because I don't want to accidentally hit the zombie that's sitting down. You can just take him out however you see fit. And right where he was standing, there is a crafting recipe inside of here. So now we can craft Molotov cocktails, and you will need empty bottles in order to craft those. So now we have a use for the bottles other than distraction. This guy, you can slurp up the blood with your blood collector, and on the bed behind him is handgun ammo, and on top of the TV you can see Mr. Raccoon number 8. If you come over here, you'll see some lockers. One of them you can open and should have scrap inside. The other one has a small lock on it, so we're going to have to find a lockpick for that one. And yes, it does contain the same thing that all the other locked drawers have. It just has materials for you to make Requiem ammo. Now on this side, we can't go through here because there are electric wires sparking in water, so it's certain death. So we'll have to take out the plug and go around in order to access that area. Make note of the elevator that we just passed, because that's going to be our exit out of here. Here you can use this console, insert the plug, and then you'll have to move this box, which has a little bit of yellow paint on it. They've done really, really well with making the yellow paint or the yellow caution tape very subtle. Okay. Climb through the gap in the fence, and over here by this wire you find the lockpick. This is lockpick number 4. There's also a green herb right here. And on the opposite side, through this chain link fence, there's a lot. There is a large pile of blood that you can collect, which is good because we'll probably have to craft a few things in order to have enough space for everything. There is an empty bottle. I'm going to make me a med injector for right now. That gives us 2 free spaces. There's the square socket wrench, which is a one-time use item, but it is required for story progression. And there's an empty bottle. And once you grab the socket and you go to leave, the girl will always be right there. Now, there was one time, and I think it was pre-second patch, I crept up behind her and I was able to slip through the gap in the fence without her attacking me while her back was turned. But I have not been able to do that again. See, you see here, I'm trying to do it, but every time you get close, you can't get close enough to go through the fence, and you just end up aggroing her. So instead, we're going to try to keep our distance from her, and whichever way she's going, we'll try to go the opposite way. I do think she's going to grab me again. She was a total bitch during this section, and her bite packs a hell of a punch. So here, I'm just going to wait for her to move so that I know which way to go, and she is pretty fast. So try to be quick on your feet. Run back around and slip through the gap here, and once you do that, she won't be able to get you because you are in the light. Now, we're finished in here. However, we do have to go back into the other room to open up that locked locker with our new lockpick. So, since I don't have a slot to put my my plug in, I'm gonna have to go over to the box to drop off a few items. Unfortunately, that is very much the way Resident Evil works. When she drops down here, just make a run for it and go inside. She's not going to get you. It takes her too long to recover from falling down from the ceiling. So I put some scrap in there for now, just to kind of get it out of the inventory. I really only need that one slot. I don't really need any other room, because we're just going in that room to unlock the locked locker, and we'll be slotting in the plug right away. Now I'm waiting to see what she's going to do. I can see her at the end of the hall. Looks like she's going to turn and go in the direction that I need to go. So I'm going to follow her. The light is on there, so most likely she is going to climb up into the ceiling. She won't, usually when she gets burned by light, she won't turn around and run away. She will climb up into the ceiling. And there she goes. You could see that animation start where she just kind of slid across the floor. It was so she could go up into the ceiling. And these chains here, they do make noise. I'm trying to go through them very quietly and not touch them so that they don't make noise. We don't want to alert her. So if you see me kind of weaving, it's the chains that are hanging right there that I'm trying to avoid. Okay. So back over here, you can insert your plug again. And of course, you'll also feel really safe because everything is super bright. Now, the guy that was sitting, since we opened this door again, he is awake now. I'm just going to avoid him. I'm going to let him walk over there. Come here. Unlock this locked locker to get my rare metal. And I also have another slot here where I can grab some scrap. And I can't craft anything just yet, but that's okay because the box is right there. We're just going to walk back. He's going to come back in here. So I'm going to just try to avoid him. Make a run back over to the box. Drop off my scrap metal, my rare metal. And then run back over there and pull the plug, hopefully before that zombie can come back out. And it does look like he was locked inside. So, too bad for him. Now, we can come over this way. Now, if you want to go over here, you can, and use the socket. We only need it for this. You can use the socket to open this up. But once you come in here one time, that zombie right there is going to get up the next time that you come in. So if you don't want to do this right now, that's okay. You can come and do it all at once. But we're about to have 2 plugs in our inventory, and I did want to get rid of that socket so that it's not taking up space. Let's come here and insert the plug. And we won't be exiting this way, so it's not a big deal if you don't have 2 slots open. Just work your way down the hall here, down the steps. There will be 1 lone zombie in here. You can take him out, or you can just go in that room and hide if you want. It doesn't matter. Wow, that was really easy. I wasn't expecting 1 hit, but you know, maybe all those crafted stabilizers helped me out, made my gun super strong. Come into this room that has the green walls, and on the desk on the left you'll find file number 41, the security guard's report. And if you remember, when we played as Leon, we found the basement safe code. So that code is 60, 40, 80 on casual. It is different on insanity. Inside, we have the Raccoon Roundup map. So for everywhere in Rhodes Hill, it shows you where every single Mr. Raccoon is, but really that's not super helpful for us because we have found almost all of them in this area. And then for the later part of the game, when we leave Rhodes Hill, you actually have to use your points in the main menu, like the start title menu. You can use points there and purchase the Raccoon Roundup map for the other area, but we're not going to need it. Okay, so just looking through here, you can see we have all of the Mr. Raccoons. They would appear on the map if we hadn't found them yet. However, we have. So I should have went and put that socket wrench in my box, but I didn't. I was kind of hoping it would just disappear. Now, because I have such limited space, I'm going to make a run back to the box because right now all of this is very well lit. And in this main room here, when you have the plug in that console, this room stays lit up. This main hub area that connects everything, it stays really lit up. So you don't have to worry about the girl. Now she could be in this hallway here. There she is. But she's not gonna hang around too much because the save room is very well lit as well as the main room. So while we're here, I'm just gonna put a few things away. I need slots to be able to have 2 plugs and another item that I'm gonna pick up along the way. So this is a much needed trip over to the item box. Now we can head back. I was walking like I was trying to be quiet, but it doesn't matter. When we have light, we're fine. Now later on, we're going to try to come through here, and honestly, you don't even have to at that point. You can go the opposite direction at that point, but we'll try to come through here, and the lights will turn off. There is a knife there if you need it on the back side of that. We're going to pull the plug out of here. We're going to have to come back later once we find a key to move that crane. And go into this vent. Here, you'll find lockpick number 5 inside the spider webs. And you'll see this zombie crawling towards you, but don't panic because he's going to get caught by the girl. He's not going to catch you, and neither will she. So don't worry about it. You can scoop up the blood that she dropped when she killed the zombie. And then you can exit out of here through the window. Just climb up on the box here. You can see there's a small splash of yellow. Climb through the window, and voila, you are out. So now that we have 2 plugs, we need to get the forklift key. The zombie here is usually standing up by the time you get the second plug. Be careful because when you're shooting him, don't back up into the hallway too much because the sound of your gun will alert the girl. See, she came up right behind us and she can't come in here, but if you back up away from the zombie into the dark hall, she will grab you, so do be careful. Now, the one zombie that's inside the cell, you're going to see me do this a couple of times. I'll come in here and try to aggro him to open up that door, but it's scripted, so he just does it when he's supposed to. I'll make a quick run over to the box. Don't worry, we're about to get another hip pouch, so there'll be a whole lot less need to keep running back and forth to the box. I'm going to hang on to my lockpick because we're going to be finding the next locker to open fairly shortly. So I just put the Molotov cocktail away for now, just so that I can grab that second plug that's right here, and I can go insert both of them at the same time. See here again, I came back and just tried to aggro this guy, but it's not time yet. So, of course, they want to make it so that we are totally unprepared when he does burst. When you come back here, that zombie is awake now. I told you he was going to get up once you came in the first time. Since we have lots of light, I'm just going to take him out from right here. I'll put my one plug in. And then we just go back, grab the second plug, and plug it in next to the first one. And it will turn on the lights inside of that room. I don't remember the name of that room, but it usually has a lot of blood in it down in the bottom. It might be the blood pool room or something like that. So once you insert your second plug, the lights will turn on and you'll feel nice and safe. And you'll have to go around and through this doorway. And when you get here, these rusted grates, you can try to go across them from either side, but they always fall down and it won't let you go across. So you have to duck and go through this vent. When you first enter, on the left there is a piece of scrap here. If you want to grab it, I do recommend grabbing it on the way in, not on the way out. And the vent shaft only takes one path, so it's not like you can get lost. All the other paths are blocked off. Come out through the other side. You'll see that there is a green herb there. If you have what you need to craft a med injector, you can pick it up, or you can wait because we're just about to grab that next hip pouch. Up here, you will see the plug, but don't grab it. We need it to stay here for now, because otherwise we'll get locked inside of this room. So you have to find an alternate way to get it out. You can grab the blood that's right there if you want to. Come over here to the dead zombie on the ground and you'll find the forklift key right next to him. Use it on the forklift in this room. Once you do that, the pallet will lift up. You'll get your key back. It won't go away. And in here you'll find several items and a hip pouch. Finally, we have 2 extra slots. Thank goodness, because I was really getting tired of running back and forth to that box. You can find the care center basement floor plan right next to it. So now your map is updated. And you can check this sign on the wall, but it does not count as a file. This is more of just a hint of what you're about to have to do. And it is gonna suck a little bit. It's not really too difficult. It's just if you want to get all of the points from the final puzzle, it's gonna take a long time. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you watch all of the entire thing. I will show you what to do, but I'm gonna cut out the redundant parts. So here on the way back, I'm going to grab my herb, craft a med injector, and then we can't cross, so we have to go back through the vent. Just work your way back over to where we came from. Sorry, I had to let you get jump scared. I didn't want to spoil anything. It was a pretty good jump scare, although you kind of think it's going to happen the first time through, and then you kind of think it's safe on the way back, and I don't think she actually, unless you're running really fast, I don't think she can actually hurt you. It's just a jump scare. So you will have to grab both plugs on the way back. We're going to need them both for the next forklift, because if you remember in this room over to the left here, there's a forklift back there that we need to move the pallet. You can come here, but I'm just showing you this. Once you put the plug in and walk through here, the lights are going to automatically go out when you try to go in. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to use the plug on the other side over by the cells. Because we can, I just stopped for a second because the girl was right there and I didn't want to turn off the lights and then her come in here. I wanted her to turn around. So here, this is where the zombie comes out. Now you can take him out. I'm trying to avoid shooting my gun because I don't want the girl coming in here. I want to grab everything that I can first. The main reason that we wait for him to open that door is because there is an empty injector in here and it will allow you to craft another stabilizer. Oh man. I'm gonna have to shoot him, unfortunately. I'm just gonna knock him out of the way so I can get the rest of this blood because I just used almost all of it to craft that stabilizer. I'm gonna come over here, put the plug in so that the light is on, and then we can take care of that zombie without worrying too much about the girl. So yeah, if you are trying to get all of the empty injectors so that you can either build up your weapon efficiency, or if you're trying to build up your health, then you're going to need to take care of that guy after he knocks down the door to the cell. And there you can see there's a rat running away. That should give you an idea that something bad is happening in here. The girl will drop down. Just wait. Just wait for her to walk away. You can actually wait until she gets further away because she does notice me. I'm going to put my plug in, but she kind of ran into me once, and it takes about a second for the light to come on. So just kind of be careful with that. She'll go away once you put the plug in. Then you can use the forklift key. It will lift that part up. And when you come inside of here, immediately to the left, you'll see two lockers. One of them uses a lockpick, so be sure to use that. And this is the final lockpick of the game. So get your last bit of rare metal, and then you'll be in this room where you see these bodies just moving along a conveyor. Get into a gap and come around to this side. One of them will always fall down, so you'll have to take him out. And you will have to move this blue cart. See, there's a tad bit of yellow tape on there. There is some blood on the floor as well. Blood that's already there. I did pick it up, but I don't think I'm going to show it because I had to come back through here to get it, and it was really a pain in the ass, and it took a long time. So I'm pretty sure I cut all that out. Once you open up the shortcut and come back this way, pull the switch and the bodies will start going in the opposite direction. Run through the shortcut you made, and then you're going to have to wait right here for a little bit until you have enough space to pass through. And sometimes there'll be only one body missing. It's like a small gap, but there's always a guy that's not wrapped in tarp usually at the head of every, or at the foot of every set of bodies. When you get on this side, there'll always be one that will fall down. You can see that blood over there. I did go and get it. I'm just going to cut it out so that you guys don't have to see all that. See there, I attempted to go back. If you come over in this corner, there's a pretty substantial pile of blood that you can grab. And maybe, oh, it's a knife. I thought it was scrap, but it's a knife. So, this is obviously optional. You don't have to come here because you do have to go through these zombies and see they'll grab you, and you kind of feel bad for them because they're so confused. As you know, a lot of these zombies have memories from their past lives. So anyway, follow the bodies along this path with the yellow handrails, and when you get up to the top, you'll want to exit to the left. And you'll see here that the bodies are dropping into that blood. Come over to the left and there's a pile of blood. There is a typewriter for you to save. And they give you an ink ribbon as well, right there. I'm just going to make some room because I am going to save in a little while. First, I'm going to wait right here for 15 minutes to let the bodies fall into the blood. And when I say the bodies, I mean only the ones that are not wrapped in tarp. You're going to find a file later that's going to explain that 115 bodies need to drop in and be ground up to use their blood because of some experiment that was done. So I waited 20 minutes just to make sure that there were 115 bodies, and then I saved. So I saved after that waiting period. So I'm not going to make you guys sit there and watch all that. Once you've waited the proper amount of time, you can turn this valve wheel and it will stop the bodies from going along the conveyor belt and falling in. And then you'll see the blood start draining. Of course, we are going to have to drop down in here because on the other side is the plug that we need. Be sure to pick up the handgun ammo. There's also a Molotov cocktail on the other side. But again, for the final puzzle, you don't want to kill any zombies. You want to shoot them in the leg and try to get all of them ground up into the meat grinder on the other side. And of course, you're going to have to stay away because that grinder will insta-kill you. So try not to kill the zombie. Shoot them in the leg so that they drop down. Now here, this zombie, this skinny one, always stands up, and then usually the one right on the side of him will also stand up. Wait until they're fully standing before you shoot them in the leg, and don't get too close. You can go and knock them down, but it's better just to shoot them in the leg again. That big zombie will always get up also. You'll probably have to shoot him in the leg twice as well. Here, you'll have another skinny zombie that's going to stand up. And usually not long after, there's another one. Just keep shooting them in the knees, the legs, wherever you can, to make them drop so that they get ground up in the meat grinder. And here, that large zombie is going to get up again also. And a skinny one right behind him. See, he was pretty close, so I knocked him back. And that's going to help make sure that both of those zombies get ground up. And that should be it. It's saying processing is almost complete. At that point, you shouldn't have any more zombies getting up to bother you. If you ground up all of them, you should have done everything right. If you waited at least 15 minutes, I waited 20 just to be safe because at one point I did wait at least what I thought was 15 minutes. Did all of this and it wasn't enough bodies. I didn't get the correct message. So this time I waited 20 just in case. Now, right here, I can't go back the way that I came because all of those bodies on the conveyor belt are blocking the path that I took. So I'm going to have to get rid of something. I think I'm going to go ahead and discard a knife because I need a slot to be able to pull out this plug. Pull it out and then drop down, climb up the opposite ladder, and we're going to have to exit through the vent. The vent was spinning over by the save typewriter, but since we pulled the plug, it won't be spinning anymore, and that's going to be our exit. When you come through here, you will have a cutscene as you walk forward, and you get to ride on a blood slide, I guess, and then you'll drop into this pool of blood.
Oh, I got in my mouth.
Climb up the steps, and if you go to the left, you'll see that there is a lever here. You want to pull that. Once you pull it, you'll see the pool in the middle. The blood will start draining. And when it's done, if you've done everything correctly for the final puzzle, you'll get a notice that says a ton of blood flowed out. It will only say a lot of blood flowed out if you don't have enough bodies. So that's how you can gauge whether or not you have actually waited long enough for the right amount of bodies or more to have dropped down in. And also, if you don't let every zombie get ground up and don't kill them, don't do headshots when the grinder's going on, that can affect it too. So you may have to try again. That's why I waited until after, waiting 20 minutes for those bodies to fall in before I saved. Because if you did something wrong or you didn't get enough bodies ground or whatever it is, you can always reload that save and try again. There should be quite a bit of infected blood for you to collect at the bottom of that pool. So go back in, collect up all of that blood. And it's a lot. So you should be able to craft something for sure. And then come back and collect the rest if there was any left behind. And once all of that is completed, you can come around this way where the light is on. There's a lift here. Just get on and press the button. And this is going to bring you up to the top. And this is where we first entered this circular room. There's a piece of scrap in front of you, if just in case you might have missed it. We're right by the box, so I'm going to come over here and make some space because I need to have all 3 plugs. We're about to get out of here, so make enough room to where you can grab all 3 of those plugs. If you have anything extra, maybe that you want to get rid of. I didn't mean to use a med injector there. I think it was just an accident. Like, I totally fat fingered my controller. Okay, so I have 2 slots available to pick up the final 2 plugs. And you will have to go back the way that you came. So if you remember, we went in through the room. We went through the room on the left of this boiler here, and then we took our plug out and went back around the other way. This actually works out better for this section, I think. You have to go back through wherever you put the plugs. Leave that plug there and go through the vent because we have to go and get the plug on the other side of the vent first. And we have a way to exit this room without a plug, but we don't have a way to enter. So leave that one there. Crawl through the vent. And this room is very well lit. But once you pull that plug, the girl is going to make an appearance. So as soon as you pull it, this is also your last chance. If you haven't opened up that locker, go open it now. Pull the plug and then crouch. When you try to exit there, she will fall down. But if you hide behind this crane or whatever it is, she won't see you. Just kind of keep out of her line of sight. Keep crouched and go around her. See, she didn't even notice me. You can pretty much always hide from her right there. You just have to go forward a little bit to trigger her to fall down from the ceiling. If you don't hide quick enough, she will grab you. You can come through here. And this also makes it easier because we're directly across from where we need to insert the 3 plugs. So grab your final plug. Head over to the opposite side of where all of these cells are. And you can insert all 3 in order to open up the cell that Emily is in. Unfortunately, it does open every cell. So be careful with that. Once all 3 are inserted, you will have a cutscene. And when you get out of the cutscene, you'll have to run forward. all the lights are on too, which helps. It helps you to be able to see, and it helps the girl not come around. All the zombies, though, are going to be on the hunt for you. So make a run for the elevator. You'll see it's a green light. When you get on, you'll put Emily down inside. You'll have to turn around and move these boxes by tapping the X really fast. You'll see the girl is here now. Just wait. The doors are going to close. If you have to hold her off with a gun, you can, but you shouldn't have to. The elevator will start going up, and of course, you'll think you're safe.
Are you hurt? No. I'm okay. That's good. Good, Emily.
So Emily seems to be okay. You'll wait here just for a few seconds. And before you know it, the girl is going to make an appearance again. She climbs up the side here. Of course, the elevator starts going slower. Just be prepared to force these doors open. Once that happens, you can start forcing the door open. Do it as quickly as possible because she can hit you. So you hit right as the cutscene starts, she hits me. So try to go as quick as possible. Once you get out, Emily will say that she saved the star quartz for you. Turn around and you're going to find the severed hand. You want to pick this up for the final puzzle. So grab that and put it in your inventory. And this part of the care center might not look very familiar, but if you come over here, you'll see that this is actually where Leon entered. We can't go where he went because the doors are closed, but just to show you, that's where we are. That's where he entered. So as you keep on going, you'll see that we're back in this main room where our save room is right on the left. As you know, Leon came through here and took out every single enemy, so we have really nothing to worry about. We just have a lot of blood to go and collect. So we're going to save that for the next video. We'll pick it all up in part 7 and continue on. So thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I can't wait to see you guys back in the next one. Until then, Khajiit always has swears.